Oh, wow. This game is an SMW hack made without the profit in mind. If you paid for this cartridge, you have been deceived. Due to the changes of updates, the author suggests use of Super EverDrive for being more convenient for the player. You also can try this and many other hacks with any accurate emulator as SNES, 9X, or Hygen on your personal computer. For more info, at the MONTANHA, I think? Press R on your button on your controller to start the game. I didn't realize it was going to start with a copyright screen. Huh. Well, thankfully that one was in English. Because the rest of this is in Portuguese. In Brazilian Portuguese. Alright. Kochobo Dourado. I don't know. We'll go. Alright. Welcome to our golden one Chocobo. Oh, Kokobo. I don't know. Already leave that nervous like of yours and let's play this Brazilian delight. Mario hacks. Be clear, you just want to get your PC yet? Disappointed in life? It's still 5 years out. Oh god, not that. Okay, gotcha. No, I assumed it had something to do with your PC. I remember there being a complaint last time. This is the credits. That's nice. We'll look at those more later. Let's go left, I guess. Choco D's nuts, of course. Don't know if I said how are you doing, Fedora. How are you doing? So, interesting bit of trivia. I have played this before. Many, many moons ago. I played this for Mystery Monday. Yeah, it's time for ads. Why not? Getting ready to sleep? Fair. Yeah, back when Mystery Monday was still a thing on ROM Hack Races. I raced this against many other people and did not place, unfortunately. I lost to Undead Blackbird by a nose because I was, 1, bad at a custom boss, and 2, forgot that there's no P-speed in this hack. Like, you know, like you do. Okay, what am I going to do with this P-switch? That wasn't... Oh, there, that's what I'm going to do with it. Intriguing. But yeah, last time, you know, I was in racing mode, so I didn't really take time to enjoy the space. I also kind of forgot how we determined the ending, because apparently you're allowed to play these levels in any order you want. Like, I thought there was a fork in the road, but it's been a long-ass time since we did Mystery Mondays. But moderation requires something slightly different. But I do feel it necessary to point out the lack of P-speed. Oh, never mind. No, oh, wait. Oh, I don't know then. Maybe this isn't the one with the lack of P-speed. I swear it was a Portuguese collaboration hack that didn't let you have P-speed. But, that being said, I frequently lost out on Mystery Mondays by being bad at custom bosses. There was one hack I moderated and then I lost it. Did not do so well at the race. That was a bit embarrassing. But, is what is. Also bonk. Further bonk. Well, so much for that brilliant plan. I don't know why I'm hoarding. Oh, wait. Oh, that uses that power-up system. Nifty. Man, do I love the fact you can kill those things from below. Alright. Tip. Press select to drop the item, to drop the power that's in your reserve box. You're very likely correct, Fedora. I also have regrets about doing that now. Where did that baseball even... Oh. One of those weird screen things. That's... Did not mean to actually get up there. I'll still take it. I'm interested in whether or not these are hittable. Something I did not care about during the race for, I think, obvious reasons. I'm gonna take P-speed out of the next hack just to mess with people. Level design says that you only find out at the end. That'd actually be pretty funny. You have my blessing on that troll. I was about to throw a fireball and realized, oh, that's a really bad idea. Alright, well that's one side that does nothing. Got it. Got your soul. Okay. Gotta be careful for this next one. Alright, nothing in there. Good enough. And I got all the dragon coins, and there I don't believe it was a single midway. Nice one to give you more 1-ups. And of course, I started the hack with 69 lives, which is always a nice thing to do. So. Or possibly the midway... Nah, no, I think the level ends pretty soon. I need a shell, not a mole. Molar shell? It's an ending that's very familiar to any of us. Oh, I felt that was a 50. Oh well. Anyone who uses LX5's power-up patch is commendable. I don't think they're necessarily using that power-up patch. I don't recall there being any weird custom power-ups. So, let's see. I got the things. There's a moon in this level. Nifty. I guess also I'll have like level translations available to me now. What's this one called? Topeiras Mountain. Okay. Didn't even try the last level. I probably should have looked at it. I have a small overlay that... The overlay I used to use way back in the day. I've got it loaded up in a web browser on my left so I can read it. It's been a long time since that's been, like, actually used on stream, though. Really, I should go and figure out how to make HTML layout work right for me. And actually, like, make it optional or contextual whether or not it gets loaded into the chat side of things, because that's the kind of thing you should be able to do with HTML. But I'm also garbage at CSS. Process to set up, not terribly difficult process, but a process. Fair enough. I've heard, like, it's very invasive. And based upon what I've seen in terms of how it works with my patch set even, it's very... it's invasive. You just kind of have to live with that fact, that it's not going to be compatible with certain other things. I think my favorite workaround to that I've ever seen, there was this one hack where, like, Mario dies, and it's Luigi is gonna be your protagonist. And because of the power-up pack, doesn't come with Luigi graphics, just, you know, green Mario graphics. The way the author explained away that the sprites look different was that because Mario died, Luigi got depressed, and then he started overeating and got fat. And that's why Luigi looks different. Which, props for at least having an excuse. Definitely a funny way to start the game. Especially since, like, both the Ghost of Mario and Bowser weren't happy with you at some point for some reason. Okay, this is interesting. Ah, that's how we're supposed to play it. Oh, I hate baseballs. You know what? Goodbye, Charlie. Takes a hot minute. Use the 32x32 power-up patch. Oh, okay. That actually makes a lot of... That probably makes things a lot easier. Like, a lot easier to implement that way, using the 32x32 power-up patch. Or, character patch. Can I make it open? Oh, I don't know if I can... Odd to have that little notch and then have it so you can actually get through. Yeah, no, I can't do anything with that. I'm gonna call that good. I don't think I can soft lock myself there. Solutions! Alright, I'm missing one dragon coin. Does a lot in a little patch. Fair. Man, I hate footballs. Oh, there's a midway. I gotta remember the mid... What? Seriously? I should've just hoarded my, Should've just hoarded the other one. Didn't even need to come in here. Interesting. Makes you think. Because the other one wasn't exactly hard to get. Prefer not to die here. I've never heard this song used as star music, or at all. The song's pleasant. Don't recognize it from anything, but it's pleasant. I could use this if I wanted to try and break out of the level. Didn't find the moon. I need to die because of the midway. Love your dwarven hack you're working on has power-up sippy pipes, variable with dialogue, and raw egg races patches. And those tend to be pretty good patches. I'm a fan, mostly. Or maybe this is how you were supposed to solve this problem. Okay, that's cute. At least I'm really hoping this is cute, not a huge waste of time. Well, there's our moons. Alright, let's die now. I'd like to claim that I knew there was a pit there, but I don't think I can, in all honesty. Okay. Not okay. It's a good secret. You know, I was trying to get up there for moderation. Does Mario dab when I enter the level? I'm going to be checking that next time. Crap, I lost train of thought with that. Yeah, it was a good secret. I was trying to get up there for the purposes of breaking the level and trying to get soft locked. But that turned out to be irrelevant. I don't think this is video game music. I think it's gotta be like, I don't know, something from like an actual some pop music. It's gonna bug me. Alright. Guess we'll keep going this way. There's 2 check marks, which is interesting. Must be 2 exits. Burning Mountain by Teows. I think I remember Burning Mountain now. I think it's really just the full screen color math that I remember. Okay, call that good for the up pipe. What else did the level have? I saw it had 2 exits. Maybe did it have a moon? I didn't check for moon. It clearly has dragon coins. I hate those things so much. This is a mazy level. Full of fire and flames. Of all sorts. Hooray, I despawned one. Please don't jump. To the right. Carry on. And then I start shredding. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even check for the moon. Saw the 2 check marks. I presume if it's 4 long, it means there has to be a moon. I think I would... Oh, hello, Tails. Oh, like... What? Okay. You know, I'm not going to complain if a critter like that decides to just discorporate. It's just convenient for me. He almost didn't work. He almost didn't work. It's a frequent problem with, like, when it's an interaction between my code and HDMA. Basically, it looks like the entire screen is rendered just wrong because it's all sorts of garbage, rather than the tiles it should be, because it doesn't change the layer positions or turn off and on the right things at the right times. Because I disable I disable all interrupt types during... It's weird. During the character swap. Much better. One more time. This level really doesn't like power-ups. There we go, this is much better. There's got to be a secret over here. Yeah, there had to be a secret over here. There was no way around it. Thunk. Oh boy, I love a pit. My favorite kind of pit. Jumpable? Yes. Pointless to jump on? Absolutely. Is that the Nokia tune for the Game Over music? Maybe. Which would mean no power-ups patch. Yeah, that is correct then. Yeah, that would make sense. If it hadn't worked, it would have just made Mario a funny color. It would just apply Tails' colors to Mario. Which isn't a bad look. Makes him kind of look like the Mario Maker Mario. Alright, well, I found where the moon is. That doesn't mean I can get it. I was supposed to having another useful power-up, and then I ran into the Fire of Flames again. I think the weirdest, like, single song I've seen used in a Mario hack would be the one... what was it? That might have been Turnip Kingdom, or Radish Kingdom, that used the Discord call music, or call sound, as the Starman theme. Or was that the P-Switch theme? One or the other. Certainly did not feel right. Was definitely annoying to everybody watching. I don't want to go through the pipe yet. Ah. I have regrets. Alright, so we'll get back here. And wait a long time. Interesting. You know what I just realized? The Mario Hacks group has an interesting color to their name on SMW Central. It's not often I see one of the more differenter colors in my overlay. Just because, like, most people on SMW Central aren't admins or have a funny color for whatever reason for their name. Unless, like, weird colors are on this week for some reason. Which only happens a few times a year. Holiday colors. But most of the time you just see the pink, blue, and purple. It's kind of odd to see just a random gold out in the middle of nowhere. Not complaining. Not sure what the criteria is for that kind of thing. Like, I'm trying to think of what I could do to get that moon. I want it. I want the moon. I'm all about fruit, spike, and moon. I'm just gonna wait. It's better to be safe with these things. Their little flamey bits take forever to despawn. I'd need a few more bits of height. Like, I wonder if what you're supposed to do is, like, lure the thing over here and spin jump off of it. Interesting. You only get mushrooms here. I could screen scroll. There's a pipe. So, there's... Actually, you know what? If there's 2 exits in this level, I shouldn't spend too much time trying to figure that out, because I'm going to have to come back anyway. So I'm not going to worry too much. I'll figure it out on the next iteration. Man, I hate those flamey bits. But, like, I don't think there's cape in this. If I recall correctly. Ooh, echo. Lots of echo. Which might mean this doesn't work on Z-SNES. The horror. Funky horror. The heck am I looking at here? Oh, it's a bat. I thought it was Homer Simpson. Okay. Vertical levels where you're descending are scary. Because you never quite know where you're going to land. Screen doesn't scroll down that far. Those are the bats from Yoshi's Island 2, or Yoshi's Island. Something I don't think too much about. I probably should play that game, but the list of games I think I should play ever grows. I found a bunch of games I actually really want to play. We'll see if I manage to convince myself that that's the right call. I think, you know what, this pipe's the same color. Maybe this is how you get Moon. It is how you get Moon. I'm really glad I didn't waste too much more time. This also seems suspicious. So I need to find a key that's somewhere and bring it with, presumably, because I found the keyhole, but obviously I have no key. I have no key either. Alright, well, go back down again. I'm not going to waste too much time being confused. This is also like a remoderation. So, in all likelihood, whoever accepted this last put it through its paces correctly. I'd have to go and look up who did it, because it's been like 2 years since they've submitted an update to this. Possibly longer. But in all likelihood, there is in fact a key somewhere that you can acquire and get back there. Nope. Just gonna take it easy. That's a one we can come back from. Eep. Ow! I got tricked. But I got the moon. So that's one of the major objectives down. Now I know where most of the things are, so I can kind of... Oh, it fell down from the sky! That's what's up with that. I haven't actually seen that yet. And I kind of wonder who did the moderation on this last. What if it was one up, dude? Ow. Nah, probably not one up, dude. I don't know. I had to think hard back to when I was hired on as a moderator so many years ago. Feels kind of ridiculous now that I think about it, how long it's been. I've been at this. In the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty silly job. But fairly enjoyable. Let's see, what, it was 2020? Like February? January of 2020? When I applied? Might have been February when I was asked to join. Go. Man, everything's changed a lot since then. Ow. Probably should pay more attention to this rather than delving in nostalgia. After all, last time I beat this, I beat it in 50 minutes and change. Whereas now, I've already spent 25 minutes doing very little. Moderation is still very different than playing in terms of the speed you take each level. This is like if you're racing, you don't die on purpose to test a midway or anything silly like that. Don't need to check individual pipes. Don't worry about many other things. It's a different mode of playing. Death markers? Yep. How you doing, random type? Oh. Yeah, that's implemented using a little bit of USB to SNES magic that I've had for many a year now. They're not part of the game. They're outside of the game, just like being Teows in this particular hack is. You're supposed to play as Mario, but we can have some fun with that. I have to go up to get the power up, and then I come back down. Moderation isn't only playing or testing, it's both and more. I like to view it as sort of acceptance testing. Like, we want to make sure what you've told us is what it actually is. We want to make sure that it's not broken in any serious way. Want to make sure that it actually works. It won't frustrate people when they try to use it. It's a pretty reasonable thing to do, all things considered. Okay. That... Still on the lookout for my key. I need a key. And I think the way the level's indicating is that I'll find it at a lower part and then have to jump back up to acquire the said key, or to use it in said keyhole. We'll find out shortly, I hope. Done all these boxes. Got hit by that guy, which happened last time too. Right, there's the fork in the path. Well, those actually go to your X or Y coordinate before they do their thing. Interesting. That's why you try to polish as much as you can in your hack. It's a good choice. One of my frequent general statements in moderation notes is, you should find some people to help you test this. Here's a link to our testing forum. Because the people tested that most of the things that that people actually get shredded for in moderation, if they test a bit more, they'll actually get past it. I see the box. Ow. See the box now. Yeah, having other people test helps too, depending upon how sadistic they are. I can't believe I fell for that again. Also tells me there's a switch palace somewhere out there, which actually might be key, or possibly could spawn keys. Oh, yep. Let's get back to moderation for a bit. Really, I should finish up the 24-hour contest judging notes, but I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna try to put some more time into that tomorrow. We've got a pretty busy day tomorrow, so we'll see what ends up happening. One of my work projects has been an absolute pain in the butt for undisclosed reasons. Or reasons I can't really disclose. But another one got unblocked, and I probably have to go to a meeting for the unblocking of it, which is really annoying. By go to a meeting, I mean it's a Zoom meeting, so it's not really a meeting, but it's still annoying, and you have to talk to these people who sometimes don't know what they're doing. And by sometimes, I mean always. That's why I want to have a meeting, because when I ran their tutorial to test out something, it didn't work. And he believes the problem is some Visual Studio setting, and I'm like, I don't think it is, and I don't really care, but it makes you feel better. More of a standard moderator? Yeah, I'm more of a standard moderator. I've occasionally done other things, but usually that's out of like small necessity or post classification. I could do some very light Kaizo. Probably shouldn't sell myself too short. I can do some Kaizo, but I'm also kind of rusty. Usually if I end up Kaizoing, it's because I've run out of obvious things that I can do in a given stream and still want to stream more. So I just reach over and grab some random, relatively low difficulty round hack races level and play it. Which reminds me, I need to like go back and beat that one level by CO that I didn't complete last time I did that. That bat is going to get me every friggin' time. Okay. Say Pat is an exceptional moderator. Thanks, Fries. How you doing? What's up, Mayro? Saw you released your Pokemon hack for C3. I was thinking about doing a like C3 look at random threads stream, play some things that work for my setup, but I haven't quite decided yet. I'm gonna. Oh, never mind. That's not a. I've made that much harder than it had to be. I thought that was a switch block. Alright, cool. We got here. Tides. Okay. We learned an important lesson, but not one I wanted to. Yeah, lol, do you want the debug version? Sure. Is the debug version better for this purpose? Like, I can actually play a little bit of it, because I think the version... I think... was it Pokemon Yellow? I think Pokemon Yellow still works on Super Game Boy. Of course, those don't save. That would have been convenient. We learned the Midway works. That's true. We did, in fact, learn the Midway works. Don't know what I would have done without that special information. How am I? I'm doing good! You know, just getting through things, trying to pace myself a little bit in terms of what I want to accomplish in about the next week and change. I'm headed out of state again. Probably for maybe half a month. I'm not really sure yet. Haven't bought all the tickets I need for all the things. Gonna go spend a week visiting my dad and spend a week in Wisconsin. Not quite a week, but a decent chunk of change in Wisconsin for a wedding. And then I figure I might go spend another week on the East Coast since I'm already over there. Better check out more features with debug. Okay. That sounds cool. Yep. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it should be a good time. That's what you get for trying to rush. But yeah, I was thinking about flying to New York from Wisconsin, but there's no good flights. Honestly, getting to Wisconsin had no good flights, but the fact that I'm taking a pit stop in Alabama does make it a little bit easier, bizarrely enough, in that regard. But it's about the same. I have to take a layover in both cases. Can't remember the last time I actually had a flight with a layover. No, actually I can, I think. I was coming back. I got insanely lucky right there. I was coming back from a graduation in Ohio, and I was supposed to have a direct flight, but they canceled the direct flight on me and instead put me one through Denver. It was going to take a lot longer. But then the obnoxiously chatty lady next to me, in an attempt to be less annoying, decided to look up flights in Denver and revealed unto me that there was, in fact, an earlier flight that I could get on, which was a little nice. Unfortunately, United sucks. It always has and always will. So, trains. I consider trains. The train options are not great. In order to get to Wisconsin from Alabama, I would have to go through Chicago, which kind of sucks. If at all. I think it actually recommended like taking the Greyhound for a non-trivial amount of time, and there's a lot of things in life I don't want to do. Taking the Greyhound any serious amount of distance is one of them. My siblings had a wonderful Greyhound experience once. It was enough to dissuade me from ever being interested in experiencing it firsthand. Come and visit. Don't knock on every door. So, no trains, unfortunately. Gonna be sticking with planes. Not even any automobiles. But taking the train to Wisconsin from Seattle was like a thing I was looking into, but the problem is I'd either have to go and stop in like a city not near where I needed to go. But anyway. How many doors are there in the world? A lot. If I analyze the population, research estimated there were only 42 billion doors. That's a lot of doors. When defeated, the creature splits into several pieces. Be careful, okay? I will get inside the door. Ah, Fry Guy. Knew it. Fry Guy fights are always weird. Well, this sucks. This is not where I wanted to be at all. He was dead! Yes, penis door. How many doors are outside of the world? You know, actually, we could probably estimate, we could actually do that calculation, can't we? Because we know that we've, like, we left a bunch of crap, oh, come on. We left a bunch of crap on the moon. There's the International Space Station, which has some number of doors, and that's basically it in terms of, like, doors people could have theoretically walked through. Like, I don't know if we count, like, bits of satellites that might have doors on them. I guess, do we count those? Like, do we count cupboard doors for the purposes of this? Because I would say no. Those don't really count as doors for the purposes of our census. Phallic portal. Aim is as true as a cross-eyed sniper's. Thanks. Look, I hit him. He just still had a hurt box on the way down. That's how it works. But yeah. Go to New York. Been a while since I've been to MoMA. I've wanted to go back to do some art looking. Because it's been a while. Art appreciation. But yeah, the flights out of Wisconsin all suck. They're all at 7 a.m. Like, there's two of them, and they're all at 7 a.m. I don't like this a little bit. Oh, I hate this even more. Okay. Dude loves putting coins where you expect things. Left a bunch of craft on the moon to agree regardless of the new meaning. Who's gonna build estates for littering? The moon belongs to America, so they can't. At least according to that film strip from The Simpsons. Ow. Well, this worked out better. I'm trying to remember if they actually have any AI to them or if they actually just kind of cluster. I win! Cool. Don't even wake at 7 a.m., let alone 9. Yeah, no. 7 a.m. flights mean I have to wake up at like 5. I don't even know how far away the airport is for that. So that all sucks. So I'm not really sure. In any case, it's that time of day, stepping off. All right, sleep well, Steven. See you next time. But yeah, I'm not a fan of 7 a.m. flights. It's too early. Far too early. All right. We're going for the dragon coins. Something I always do in moderating, which probably isn't necessary, but I do it anyway. At least in hacks where it's not completely obnoxious to do so. I'm still wondering if I missed a pipe somewhere, and that's why I don't know where the key is. But, like, I'd have to take that key a long distance so far. I'm thinking. It's not very well. Might actually just be beneficial to come back here with better power-ups. But anyway, if I did a C3 stream, it'd probably have to be tomorrow. Because it's still relevant, because like C3 won't be over. I kind of want to do one on Sunday, but I was just too dang tired to do anything on Sunday. Way too tired to do anything on Sunday. Ended up walking like, I don't know, 7 miles or something. Not a smart move in retrospect. Got home at like 9 and was like, yeah, nope, I'm just sitting here. I got some useful stuff done, but nothing terribly important. Say you don't want to wake up at 7, but you know, it's like 4 a.m. right now, yeah. How do you usually get to the airport? Taxi? You mean if So yeah, I usually take an Uber. Or equivalent. Taxis are somewhat unreliable in the States, depending upon which city you're in and whether or not you have a good company, relationship with the taxi company, and a few other circumstances. But it's generally just better to do that. I could, in theory, take public transit. But basically what I'd have to do is I'd have to take a bus to go down to 3rd, which would take an amount of time that I'm not going to reveal on stream. And then you have to take the light rail to the airport, which will take about an hour from 3rd. Honestly, it's not a fast system. Maybe 45 minutes. I don't know. I took it once when I was working down on 2nd. A million years ago, and yeah, it was slow. If I hadn't been working on 2nd, I definitely wouldn't have bothered taking that trip then, or taking the light rail, but whatever. And then after that, if you take the light rail, it drops you off at the ass end of the airport. Like, quite literally as far as you could get away from, like, the central security gate as possible. It drops you off at, like, the far left-hand side of the parking garage. So you basically have to walk all the way through the parking garage and then all the way past Alaska's check-in stuff to even get to the central hub where, you know, you can actually start going to where you're going to go. One of the 2 or 3 regularly open for regular people security lines, or through like the pre-check or clear-only ones, which are bullshit. One of my least favorite things about all post the 9/11 crap. I was given a hint that I didn't even realize I was given. About where that key is, I think. I think there's a fake lava. I think that's what it was telling me. Hey, look, I didn't get hit by that bat. So yeah, not a fan. CTEC's also gotten really busy, unfortunately because of our proximity to Alaska. It's a very big cruise ship town. And so when the cruise ships come in... Oh, I guess that wasn't a hint. Never mind. The terminals get really... Or the input-output gets really busy. Just to sort of add insult to injury. They've added Fast Pass for TSA, which I have to say is kind of ridiculous. Like, you schedule the time you're going to be there, and then you get a quicker line. Ah, damn it, I didn't want the midway. Maybe I do want the midway. Well, if I'm lucky here, I want the midway. If I'm not lucky here, I don't. But I'm one of those Luddites who still insists upon getting a pat-down every single time at the airport. Out of the belief that it makes security marginally... Where did he even come from? Marginally worse for everyone else. And that's worse. Alright, well, time to try to figure out where the key is. There's the key. See, that's why it would have been brilliant had I not died. But since I died, it's not brilliant. Pat getting a pat down. There, motherfuckers pat it. Yeah, they do. It depends. I've gotten a lot of different kinds of pat downs over the years, between like the quite literal, I really wish I didn't have to touch you right now pat down, to the I am going to be as invasive as possible and spend as much time with the back of my hand on your wiener as I can get away with. Hey, well-known Vidget, you came in at a fun time. But I'm not a fan of the TSA. I think they're basically a waste of money. They don't catch things at a rate that actually would justify how invasive they are, and frankly speaking, they're obnoxious. The only security measure that made any goddamn difference with regards to the specific attack we're defending against is locking the door. Locking the aircraft door. The pilot's room door. The cockpit door. There we go, that's a better term. Damn it, I did the same thing again. And that's made all the difference. It's actually kind of fun if you're sitting far forward enough on the plane, in first class or in one of the premium rows or whatever, you get to watch the fun dance they do. Because they did amend the regulation after a while, because there was a unfortunate suicide where a captain took down a whole plane. So now the rule is there's always 2 people in the cockpit at all times. And so they, one of the stewards or stewardesses will... I can't believe I didn't die a third time. Will come in and stand in for the co-pilot or pilot, whomever is in the John. You have a sense of safety? That's it. I mean, I got a sense of safety from the old metal detectors. It was far better. That didn't count as an exit. Did it not update? I bet I had to do that first. Interesting. I'd say I'm a little bit worried about that. Actually, did the exit count go up on my side? 5? I think it... Oh, I didn't fix it to... This is embarrassing. And problematic, because it'll take a little while to fix itself. turn on chat plus hack. Oh. It worked. Am I wrong over here? No, I don't. One of these days, I'm going to get a better way to do this. Just not today. Yeah, fun dance to watch. Okay, I never even tried that. Maybe that's why I was complaining about, like, there not being very many power-ups. Maybe just an awful lot of them are hidden that way. Tomorrow? What tomorrow? I'm not flying anywhere tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. If and I stream, most likely it will be one of two things. Either we'll do C3 stuff, which I'll need to do a little bit of preparation for, because there's at least one artifact I'm interested in that requires me to compile it myself. So I have to set up a compiler chain for that environment and everything. Might just message the guy on Discord and ask if he'll hand me an executable, so I don't have to deal with that. Because I do want to mess around with it. I think it'd be fun. But I really don't want to have to install a compiler and do all of the rigmarole for it. Fixing my thing. Oh, goodness, no. Not tomorrow either. No. If and when I fix it, it'll probably be... I don't know. How I would fix it, I'd probably end up changing how the overlays themselves work. Because I thought about trying to manually toggle the elements and check for things and make it contextual. But then I realized I could leave myself in, like, weird states, especially if I have to restart the bot. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of leaving it as is. I don't know. It's one of those, how much time do I want to invest in that versus other new stuff, or rewriting really old stuff. There's a few overlays in there I really need to redo. And in fact, one I need to redo this week. Because Squiggles is coming over on Saturday, and we're going to do a 4-job Fiesta kickoff. And I need to bring back the older overlay that shows off what our current jobs are while we're playing, and I kind of want to move away from what it looked like. I don't want to be too difficult, but I also don't know if I have all the bits I need for it. And I might trim some of the functionality, like get rid of the dead bits. Don't bother showing if they're zombies or whatnot, because part of the problem with that particular overlay was the size of the images and the weird sizes that would sometimes arise. I guess I should put a marker down. It was more I would ask him for the executable over Discord. I would assume instead of trying to upload it to Discord, he would, like, put it in his file bin or something. I don't know. Something less invasive and annoying. The only reason the only reason I would accept such an executable is because I'm not going to run it on any machine that has any credentials of note. Like, this is going to go straight onto the Windows 98 machine. Whoop-de-doo if someone steals my credentials on the Windows 98 machine. None of the things on there that are important. You'd gain a toehold into my network, but one that only works when I'm streaming from the Windows 98 machine. So... not really a big deal in my book, security-wise. Other things, yeah, I wouldn't, like, run other random, like, Unity executables from people. Not unless I trusted them pretty well. Didn't need it. Yeah, it's not the year... it's not 1996 anymore. Like, I used to download all sorts of crap off BBSs and whatnot, and it got me in trouble more than once for there being viruses. It was a cool game called, I think it was called Skyways, but every copy uploaded to the local BBSs had, I don't remember if it was the stoned virus, but I'm going to say it was the stoned virus. And one of the common viruses of the time. We'd have to get out fprod or McAfee and try to fix it. And be even worse if it actually did thrash your hard drive somewhat. Like, FAT as a file system is fairly forgiving. So if you know what you're doing, you can generally recover some data. But, you know, it's still bad. And the stone virus in most of its variants is largely harmless, thankfully. Cool, I got all the 1-ups. I got all the things. But I'm gonna put a marker down for this check mark not going off. That's weird. We'll reload later and see if it still shows up after I save or something. Ooh, green cherry. GRAMADO SUBCON. Makes sense, it's Mario 2. Reminds you, got Windows 98 working on a 3DS once. Therefore, Lunar Magic on 3DS. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Reminds me of when I was going to, so here's a problem. Like, old Mac games are hard to play on modern machines. We're talking like System 7 stuff. Like, at one point in time, I swear the best way for me to be able to play a Mac OS game, old school Mac OS game, on my Mac was to install a Windows VM and then run like Basilisk or something in it on my Mac. So I'd be running an emulator, virtualization on virtualization, so that I could actually just play something that used to run natively on Mac OS. I've also considered, if I wanted to like play old school Mac stuff, to just use the Windows 98 computer. There's not a good reason to do that and find like a version of Basilisk that works for Windows 98, aside from I think it's funny. Like, there's no value there. It's just a really dumb idea, but I'm kind of tempted. And if I didn't already have a to-do list that was miles long, I would, I don't know, bust out The Fool in The Fool's Errand or something. Play it on that. I was gonna say The Fool and His Money, but that's a different game. I have a version of that that works on both PC and Mac, assuming I can find the executables. And of course, obnoxiously, because I'm one of the true believers with The Fool and His Money, I have to enter in a key code every single time. Learned that Juzzhack was made on an iMac? He made an iMac? Really? As in those things from the year, what, 2000 flat that came in all sorts of funny colors? Those iMacs? Or do you mean just a Mac in general? Because if you made it on an iMac, that's a specific sort of hell to try and get Lunar Magic to work on that. Because again, that's like, maybe not System 7, but System 8? Maybe 9? So we're talking about Macs. Oh, let's not go for anything. Let's not be hasty. You said on stream iMac. Fascinating. Fascinating. I wonder if that's what he actually meant. I might have to go and ask. I might have to like tune into a Juzz stream and ask. Like, I heard this. I want to know the truth. Did you act like, what color was the iMac? Like, not trying to like be one of those alpha nerd types, but I'm just really curious. Like, that just seems like a bizarre handicap. Like, you can do all the Lunar Magic stuff if you're running stuff in a reasonable version of macOS, right? Like OS X Big Cat Edition to, I don't know, Mountain Edition, I don't know. They changed how they named these things partway through. Now they're named after national parks. It used to be Big Cats. They ran out of Big Cats. Don't know what they're going to do when they run out of parks. But yeah, if it was an actual iMac, that's just playing the game with two hands behind your back. Like, I don't even know how you would run simple Windows executables on an iMac. And you wouldn't be able to do things like run add music, whatever letter is after it. You wouldn't be able to do, like, I don't think Pixie would work on it. I doubt there's a C#. GPS probably wouldn't work either, because I think that's in C#. ASAR sure wouldn't work, because that's, I mean, I guess you could compile ASAR. Maybe if you compiled all this stuff, but, like, Juzz isn't a computer scientist. He's a Mario player / radiologist. Like, he might be good at that, but I have my doubts. What is this level? Dizzy Forest by MS. Okay. I've made this level really annoying for myself. Bonk. Add Music X. Well, I know there's Add Music X, there's Add Music K, there's, I don't know, Add Music MXK, TLB, QRZ, 12. Like, whatever version you're using, it doesn't really matter to me. It still seems like it'd be a pain in the butt to get to work on an iMac. Like, I don't even know there's a version of Wine that goes back that far or works on an iMac. Like, it's too fantastic of a story, and I am still nerd-sniped by it. We're still talking about this, too, like, a level later. It's gonna bug me. Like, I might even go, like, ask on Twitter or something. Because it's so bizarre. Oh, there's something up there. There's a moon. I want the moon. How do I get the moon? Aha! The moon is mine. The moon belongs to Teows. Okay, there's a midway. Gotta remember to test the midway. Intriguing. I just have some actual firepower now. What's up, Blue Ribbon? How you doing? Add music. That'd be awesome, actually. A version of add music that turns everything into elevator music. But I imagine if you just change the instrumentation, that might work. Sample dependent? I don't know. I don't know enough about music. Can't compile Lunar Magic. Fusia when you ask for the Lunar Magic source. I mean, Lunar Magic, there's no way to make that compile on an iMac. Absolutely not. Like, I'm absolutely certain he's married to, like... Let's see, things that would have worked when Windows 98 were around. MFC, maybe? Like, it's definitely tied into Windows. There are things you can do to get around that, but, that being said, still a headache. And I sincerely doubt that anyone sat down and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make enough of a compatibility layer at this point. But, like, just iMacs have been obsolete for so long. Like, I would believe more that you made your hack on the 3DS than he made one on an iMac. That's just where I'm at with this. Alright, I need to die now. When the hack just doesn't have a hole for you to fall through. Less Fusia for working on Lunar Magic for 20 years, but look at GitHub, yeah. It's kind of sad that the bus factor for SMW, as it stands right now, is 1, and it's Fusia. And, you know, again, bless him for working on it for so long, but... I don't really begrudge him for not wanting to release Source. Like, releasing Source is a pain in the butt for a myriad of reasons. There's licensing problems. There's the fact that, you know, he's been writing this code for 20 years. There's probably bits he's pretty embarrassed about. Hell, I haven't released any source code of note. I'm pretty sure if y'all saw my bot source code, I would be mortified. Because it is, hey. I was mean. It is ugly code. But it's code that works. That's kind of the important part. Why did that happen? Oh, whatever. It's 4:20 a.m., yeah. It's 4:20 somewhere. Though I prefer 5 o'clock somewhere. ATAQUE, surprise? Surprise, alright, so what does this say? Surprise attack! Oh, I guess I can't read these. Bowser ataca novamente. Peach Presico de Ayuda o mais rapido posivel. Alright. Fine, let me bust out this. No, I don't want Spanish, I want Portuguese. Bowser. ATACK NOVAMENTE. Bowser strikes again! Peach Precisa de that's an A. Mas rapido posivel. Peach needs help ASAP. Press B to continue. I know what that one means. You know, for it being so critical that I help her, this level's pretty sedate. Prevent yourself against Bowser by collecting all Yoshi coins. They guarantee a time bonus. Intriguing. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll have to try it both with and without dragon coins, because I'm curious how this works. Let's see the truth of it. That's an upside down question mark. Also, those rainbow blocks are snazzy. Look at those. It's a nice little gradient. We got one. I looped that. Nothing about being open source is people can improve and optimize. Probably wouldn't feel like doing that. Others might. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think the big thing would really be just updating to modern-ish things and probably doing, like, ports. Those are probably the big things people would be interested in. Having a proper port for Linux, having a proper port for Mac OS. Whatever we're at. That sort of thing. But again, depending upon how married it is to some of the 90s Microsoft technologies, that could be incredibly painful. Did not think that one through. I was hoping for Mario 3 waterfalls. Very relaxing after the fire level. Surprisingly long level that's supposed to end in a Bowser fight. Those don't bounce. I kinda like this feeling. Yeah. Feeling was I was missing some. But no, that wasn't what I was missing. Kind of assumed the Dragon Coin would be up there. Ports would be extremely big. Just wonder how long until Fusia decides today is today. Might never. Again, it's his prerogative. Oh yeah, there's 2 exits in this level too, aren't there? Really glad I did that. You know, I think I've made a bad choice. Need to be small for this to work, I guess. A lot of weirdness here. Haha, cute. Putting a sprite killer in front of that door prevents some badness that people might want to avoid. Alfred. Maybe that day will be this year? I wouldn't doubt. I wouldn't put any money on that. I'm sure more people asked it. More time he heads the clock. It's kind of like the old joke about Portal 3 coming out. And every time you call Gabe Newell fat, he makes it. He adds another, like, week onto the schedule. And boy, have gamers called Gabe Newell fat. Yeah, I'm trying to think where to go from that. I don't have anything. Anyway. Yeah, if it doesn't happen at some point, I imagine what'll happen is someone, assuming like Fusia disappears for a couple years, people might start trying to use a different, like make a different editor that's semi-compatible. Because like the patches that Fusia puts into the SMW stuff, it's visible. You can see how they work by running sorts of diffs. That's an option. Things like the graphics formats aren't exactly secret. The level format, at least at one point in time, was documented. So, it's theoretically possible. But you've got all this old stuff that relies upon that tooling. So, disassembly? You could disassemble it. You know, pull out IDA. It's an option. Like, he's compiling using standard Microsoft compilers. Like, if you want it, in fact, not even IDA, get out Ghidra. You could easily start figuring out how stuff works from that, if you really, really were interested. Like, disassembly, decompilation on x86 is a lot easier than it is on NES, SNES, any normal system. And the reason for that is because we actually have good tools for doing decompilation work. Like, IDA's led the way with Hexrays, which was a tool that would allow you to decompile a lot of stuff. Like, it was surprising how well it worked once you set its types correctly. It was very naive about types, and it's kind of easy to be naive about types because of x86's registers. But once you told it what type something was, it could actually do what types were where. It actually did a really good job. You tell it which things are pointers, which are arrays, which are actual integers or smaller integers. It does a good job. And my understanding is Ghidra is basically the same, more or less. I think X-Rays was better at one point in time, but given that there's been a lot of open source work on Ghidra, it wouldn't surprise me if it's better now. Anyway. Though, it is very possible to have reasonable philosophical objections to using Ghidra because it was originally made by the NSA, and that's always a bad sign. The NSA are not nice people. Okay. It occurs to me there was a much easier way to do this than what I was doing. I have a P-switch. Cool. What kind of P-switch is this? A silvery one. I wonder if there were two puzzles there and I just missed the other one. Oh, maybe it's a different color check mark and that's why I'm confused. Yeah, it's kind of reddish, I guess? It's like the empty check mark is orangey. Yeah, okay, so I can safely remove that. No marker. For the last two markers are irrelevant. The color's just weird. We can take a break from that and go here. Yeah, this is nice. Let's do this. And yes, he does dab. Ooh, we jamming. Warning. This level needs a DLC. Crap. Good timing. I was just about to read this text, and if I press any buttons, the text will go away, unfortunately. What's up, Suak? Thank you for the raid, Dash Manager. How you doing? Let me read this text since I have to read it while it's up. Warning, this level needs the DLC Kochobo versus Fatsuo to be playable. Wait for the update or buy the expansion now. Alright, let's let it play it. There we go. There's your alert. Best manager on Twitch. Nice. What's up, Oreos? How you doing? It was a good time to fix that. There was another thing that was bugging me. Hopefully that fixes the sync. That's much better. Alright. Right, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were you up to? Hope it was something fun. Or possibly Mario related. Or both. Or neither. This is a interesting collab hack made by a bunch of the Brazilian Portuguese speakers of SMW. And so it's a little bit weird in that dimension. Good luck on moderating. Thanks. Doing some Lunar Magic. Oh, nice. Hope that's going well. Making some Kaizo levels. Hopefully not preemptively working on KLDCX, which is happening like next week. There's 2 exits to this level. How are there 2 exits to this level? I pressed B to exit this. Interesting. That's a mystery I'm gonna have to come back to. What's up, Often Wins? How you doing? Yeah, I don't actually speak Portuguese. Neither the European version nor the Brazilian version. But I do have it rigged up so we can read the text boxes, and only text boxes, out of the game itself and run them through Google Translate, which helps a lot in understanding what's going on. So, Unfortunately, I can't do the same for like whole screens, which is why the credits thing I don't have any translations for beyond. I think these are credits, and the peach one that pops up at the beginning of this level, I had to actually go and type into Google Translate. But yeah, we using a little bit of USB magics to make my life easier when moderating. There's a lot of bits that actually. Oh, that's a buncher. I didn't even see that last time. A lot of little bits of things that I do to make my life a little bit easier when moderating that are in USB magic territory. Did a thread about some of those last C3, not this current one. But other cool USB things you can do, you can change the character sprite, which Fedora Friday already did, which is why we're Tails instead of Mario. And of course the death markers, which have been there for a very long time now. But I still enjoy them. That's true, I could try using the app on the camera. One, I don't think I have the app installed. Two, I think my phone's out of space right now, so even if I did want to install it, I couldn't. I'm still using an iPhone SE from like 2016. And I really should have gotten the slightly larger version rather than the 16GB version. Like, next time I upgrade a phone, I am so going to get the Cadillac version that has all of the megabytes instead of the most limited version, because you just know they're going to end up stealing all your megabytes later. And just how they do things. The OS keeps growing. Yeah, 16 gigabytes is brutal. I legitimately cannot do much more with my phone than have, like, one audiobook installed at a time. Which sucks. So right now I've got Stranger in a Strange Land, and I need to finish that. Man, that book is fucking weird. Some apps are 1 gig. Yeah, I've had to offload most things when I'm not using them. Like, it's became much of a butt of a juggling process after a while. Not the fun kind of juggling. No splitting, thank you. Right. Tip. Caves hide a big secret. Good luck in your search. They're gonna say one? Yeah, just one. I can only have one. But no, like, I don't even have any music on my phone anymore, which is a drag. Apps will often, like, remove themselves. I'm currently getting a bunch of, like, full notifications because I can't get iPhoto to sync consistently. Which is really annoying. Because that would free up a lot of space if it would just sync, but it won't. So. Alright. More words. Let's type some words into Translate. Ele está fugindo. He's running away! Now, Diexio escapar. Don't let him run away! I like the shocked Luigi. Well, it's said to get all of the Dragon Coins to have more time. Maybe this isn't how you defeat Bowser. Maybe this is how you defeat Bowser. Alright. Well, he's not doing anything. Maybe there's another phase to this, wherein I can actually hurt him. He doesn't hurt me. He's just on a different layer, so he's not doing anything. You got that Dragon Coin. This is why you carry one of these with you, because you can't trust the spawners. I don't know what this track is, but it makes me happy. How do we get a life for this level? With the star. Only the bullet pills were spawning lower. There we go. Honestly, I shouldn't complain too much. I've already got... It started me with 69 lives. That was perfect timing. Alright. Bowser... Fui... Enfermado. Bowser was finally defeated. Mais uma vez Peach Foi, salva, pello, nosso, cui, oh, heroi. Once again, Peach was saved by our dear hero. These not much more text. I got 4 dragon coins. Ah! Like I said, this hack is a bit weird. And yeah, that Luigi was at least a little cursed. I won't deny that. Alright, well, I'm gonna go find the other dragon coin now, don't I? What's up, Fall Circus? How you doing? Despacito. Didn't find the moon either. Oh my. Well, that's Despacito? Huh! You know what? Honestly, I don't think I ever listened to Despacito. Ever. I just noticed the upside down muncher. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think the Dragon Coin thing was actually true. But it gave you more time to fight Bowser. We defeated him regardless. How they ever? I didn't even need to hit him. It's weird. I'm trying to think of like where else I could find dragon coins. I think it was like there was 1 dragon coin per section, and this was the section where I didn't find any dragon coins. So I think I'm gonna need to stick to the palm trees a little more carefully here. So I could try this up pipe. Pretty convinced that pipe is not up. Love plating, placing floating munchers. Please don't. I don't know if I'm allowed to reject things for having floating munchers anymore. Not that I really would just throw something back just because I saw like a single floating muncher, but it's very much a don't do that sort of thing. I think they're... oh, hello. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there isn't one right there. Might be something I just need to come back and figure out. We'll try one more through to find those things. What if you made him stem propeller? That's fine. If you at least make it somewhat creative, I don't think anyone's ever going to complain. There was one hack where I pushed back a little bit and I'm like, yeah, these clusters are kind of okay. They're also kind of weird, but they look okay, so I'm gonna be okay this time. Don't expect me to acquiesce next time. But yeah, if they're spinning, that's fine. Just they need to have a way to be up there. Heck, I don't even usually mention aesthetics when rejecting a hack unless like you've done something that's really, truly awful. It doesn't happen very often. Think of maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times what I've mentioned, just like, this is hideous, please make this less so. There was one where just like, they had a sub-level in a cave that just had this awful yellow color, and I'm like, it just looks like piss. Change it, please. And I think they did. That was amongst many reasons that was rejected. Not just that one reason, but there were other broken things, like Midway's not working and whatnot. Wish I could scroll vertically. It's not seeing any area where I could find it. Maybe there's a... in the Bowser level or something? Because there was 1 coin in the Bowser level. Like I said, that might be a mystery I need to come back and solve later. I stand by it, unless you've done something truly awful. Generally speaking, it's really hard for me to reject for aesthetics alone. Especially when, like, you've done it intentionally. get this one? Maybe I didn't. Caves, yeah, I got this one. But why? Okay, that was actually interesting. Because that means I can get on top of that muncher. So here's why I discounted that possibility the first time around. Typically when you take a silver P-switch through a pipe, it turns into a blue P-switch. That is not the case here. So now we have a venue to explore a possibility, he said as he fell down. Why not diagonally? I've never seen a game... Well, I have seen some games with diagonal scrolling, that's true. I guess this game, Mario World, does actually have some diagonal scrolling by default. The game with the most evil scrolling I can point at is Echo the Dolphin and the level The Machine, which has scrolling in all sorts of directions, including backwards. Because Ed Anazaska hates you. If you do something truly vile on purpose, rethink. No, like, if there's a good reason to do it that way. So, like, there's certain levels in certain hacks where, like, you're trying to represent things breaking. Like, as an example from recently, this hack needs a name. Like, the last chunk of that VOD was all sorts of, like, the levels getting slowly corrupted as things were going wrong and everything. And thematically it made sense, so I didn't have a problem with it. But if you have a level that just suddenly turns into garbage, at least it better be funny. So I guess another example, Crack the Hack, in one of its bonus levels, has a level that is a tribute to a different level. I forget what it was, but basically it's all pipes. It's like, oops, all pipes. And so you have to go through this gigantic area where if you ever press down, it just drops you out into a Reznor fight with no floor. At least that's how I remember it. Or maybe it was a part of Bowser's Castle with no floor. Either way, there's no floor, so it kills you. That's what I remember. And that was intentionally bad. And that's the kind of intentionally bad that that's not really a problem. But there's a difference between a lack of care and making something that's kind of supposed to be at least funny or creative in that aspect. It's okay, because there are reasons. Don't want your eyes seared by piss. Okay, in that case, yeah, that was more or less the reason. But I stand by it. For no reason. For no apparent reason. Hey, I got the jump. Why did I want this? Why did I want that? That didn't help me any. Caves hide a secret. I presume that was what that was talking about was the secret exit. I'm trying to see any other spot where, like, access to a silver piece which helps me get dragon coins. I begin to think that this level might be a little bit of a troll, but I'm gonna have to open up Lunar Magic to find the dang dragon coin. Because after this iteration, I'm not coming back to this. We're moving on. I spent enough time trying to find the possibly non-existent dragon coin. Didn't have a reason, but they did it anyway on purpose. Cut slack for new hackers. Even new hackers need to be taught properly. In fact, I'm probably harder on new hackers than older ones in that regard. Maybe not the best of policies, but... yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe this entire thing's an elaborate troll. Or maybe there's just like one spot near the beginning I just didn't search. It's like, you don't need more time to fight Bowser here. It's an auto-scroller. Crap. Missed it by an inch. I think I did try all the pipes. I'm pretty sure I did. Here's the 4th dragon coin. And now RNG. This is fine. More fun music. Maybe you get punished for using the star, and that's why I can't find the fifth dragon coin. Yeah, you cut him some slack because the colors look like shit, but you were trying something. Eh. Again, it depends. Ah. But oftentimes, an awful lot of new hackers also just make a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of foot guns in SMW hacking. A lot of foot guns. I'm gonna put a note to come back and find that last... Find the moon and the last dragon coin. They must be together. But I've spent enough time on that for the time being. Let's see, what do we got? Alright, I got 11 exits. Or 10 exits? 10 exits. Speaking of golden hours. And lit candles. I see. There's some sort of switch around here. Seriously? Huh, he just walked off. You never expect your wigglers to just leave. They're usually in for the long haul. I'm trying to think of where I could possibly have found that. I think it has something to... It's gotta be something to do with that... that switch. Like, there's a tricky puzzle there, or something, that's beyond that. Maybe there's another thing underground that I just didn't notice. Oh. I don't get that one up. Oh, these are Mario 3 water. How bizarre. Do I want this on? I don't know. Oh. This level has a lot of branching. I didn't even look who did this level. Enjoy the evening. Alright, you know what? That's a good name for this. It makes sense. Got this golden hour background. Actually, this is pretty well done. Got like both layers of parallax back there. Nice gradient. Yeah, this is snazzy. I'm a sucker for such things. It's the kind of thing you'd almost make with vanilla. Almost. But not quite. Alright, that's a... It's forward. I don't want to go forward. I'm gonna hope there's a floor here. Hey, look, there's a floor here. You never know when you're going to run out of floor. Or have floor at all. What do you think these are? Huh, I don't know what kind of block those are. They haven't used them yet in this game. Maybe there's a second on-off switch type. That I just haven't seen yet. This would be a place for a secret. Really hoping that other spot isn't where you get the fifth... Oh, hello, there's a dragon coin. What was the point of that other area? Oh. I guess there... Is there 2 exits this level? No, nothing up here. I guess I'll take the win. Don't think there was a midway. Dragon coin blocks? Oh, that's not bad, right? Certainly fits in the pattern language. Yeah, 2 exits, okay. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Possibly too much sense. If I recall correctly, the level after this is like the one level of the game where you're given a cape. trying to remember what the rules were for the ROM Hack Races race, because, like, the overworld is unlocked. So I don't know if they gave us a version where the overworld was, like, locked. Because here, you don't have to go, you don't have to be any levels to go to any level. It's not required. Got my one up this time. So it just kind of makes me wonder. Makes me also wonder if I still have the recording of that. It's been so long. Oh, right. I got all the dragon coins. Therefore, I don't have to do this again. It's kind of automatically started going to dragon coins. Dragon coin block? Dragon coin block. Good call, Blue Ribbon. Yeah, we got lucky. Got lucky. Well, my brilliant plan there didn't work. Whatever. We got 26. That's enough for our purposes. Well, that wasn't expected. Wasn't this guy one of the world maps in Diagonal Mario World? I think that's where I know this guy's face from. Don't really remember. I'm feeling up. Live rocks. Yep, there's our cape. Our one cape. That's actually water. I was expecting Death Plane. Sonic CD mentioned. Is this Sonic CD related? There is that Sonic CD hack that's sitting in the queue, but I'm not going to touch it right now. The hack creator found my moderation videos after so long and then messaged like, oh, yeah, the signs were doors. I'm like, that explains so much of why the levels were so barren. But, like, there was no indication that those signs were doors in his hack at all. It was a bit of a stretch to guess. I see that fish. I don't trust that fish. I don't trust most fish. General rule, don't trust fish. I'm trying to think of like what I would trust a fish with if I had to trust a fish. Like, would I give him... Well, certainly not like nuclear access codes, he's a fish. I can get my ATM number. ATM pin. He's a fish. I just don't think fish are trustworthy. Tidal Tempest passed? Ah, okay. Yeah, it has been a long time since I've played any Sonic CD. It's been a long time since I played anything that was on the Sega CD. I think if I was going to play a Sega CD game... Okay, how am I going to play this? How am I going to play this? First, we kill the fish. The fish was bugging me. There we go. Those video game fish committed credit fraud? It's possible. I guess that works as a solution. I need to die anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? I guess EcoQuest had some pretty trustworthy fish. Like Superfluous, who I think actually was a crab. But they had that sawfish that was who was a doctor. He seemed pretty trustworthy. There was an angelfish that was pretty cool. Ow. Sonic CD person uploaded 2 versions where the hack could have been one. Yeah, I'm weirded out by that. But honestly, I also don't want to deal with the actual procedural issues of MSU1. Nor do I want to go and figure out how to get MSU1 to work with everything else I have. Last time I tried using MSU1 and USB at the same time, it caused consistent lockups. So it was not worth it for me. I'd value USB over better music. Well, that could have gone better. But yeah, there's some procedural issues around MSU1, and the bigger problem with MSU1 is just in general, most people aren't going to have rights clearance for all the music they want to put in there. Like, the one MSU1 hack I can think of that's on SMW Central is Sweet Dude's Things.smc, and that has a lot of, like, random music that I'm fairly certain he doesn't own the rights to. And so, especially with, like, a full soundtrack, like Sonic CD, that becomes a bigger problem. Because at least with a compilation of things, there's more than one person who has to complain at us. But I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. It is not my problem. BS SMW? I think it's entirely with OG music. I didn't know about that. That's interesting, at least. Yeah, I think MSU1's cool. I think most of the time people think the music part, the audio part's cooler than the file system part. Like, being able to access a 4 gig file with reasonable speed is kind of useful. Like, you could easily expand... Like, there's an awful lot of things you don't need to constantly randomly access that you're gonna blit into memory at some point and just leave there. And having that stuff sit there is fine. For instance, if you wanted to move, I don't know, some of the compressed graphics stuff into MSU, they'd be into the MSU1 data file. It'd be absolutely no loss. You'd still be reading while decompressing from the... Instead of moving your pointers forward, you'd just be reading from the data port. Like, it would be trivial to make a version of the decompressor that uses this. I need to stop doing that. But yeah, it's a procedural problem. I don't know enough about it to really say much more than that. Tracks again. So, the thing I just realized is that munchers kill you. You said that MSU1 is so underutilized, you're making a hack that should be beautiful. You're making an SMW hack that should hopefully make full use of all the features. Interesting. I'll be curious to hear about that. But yeah, like, MSU1's audio feature's cool, but the thing, of course, is that because it's designed as sort of a fantasy console, it's the dream of what the SNES CD add-on could have been. I'm not entirely certain it manages to do both playing audio and reading from the data file well at the same time, just because, like, you can't. If you think about this as a CD, you're either playing Redbook audio or you're reading data. You can't really do both at once. And I know that the FPGA implementation that they use in the SNES, SD to SNES, has some bandwidth issues depending upon which it is, because, like, SD cards are not that fast. They're faster than CDs, certainly, but they're not, like, super fast. Let me phrase this. Faster than 1X CDs. Because, you know, when the SNES add-on was released, it wouldn't have been that fast, CD-wise. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I thought that that was going to be a swimmable surface, but it really wasn't. Okay. T. Much better. Much better. Okay, so I got everything in that one. I did see a spot where I could have found something. Got everything in that one. Alright. What are we looking at here? Burn the city! Okay, those are climbable. I'm really glad I checked that. City's on flame now with rock and roll. It's a good track for this. You can definitely stream graphics and audio at the same time, but it causes more stalling. Good luck with any USB stuff going on with both. Yeah. I figure if I want a version of USB that works nicely with MSU1, it most likely will have to come at... I might have to actually upgrade to a later revision of the FX pack. There hasn't been a, like, killer reason to yet, but I kind of expect at some point there'll be a reason to move from the revision I'm on to a later one. And I know when that time comes, I'm going to, you know, shell out, no pun intended, for the Famicom shell as opposed to the... what? Oh good, there's floor there. For the Famicom shell inside the Super Nintendo one. So while I do love my, like, transparent purple shell, being able to use the... use this in a Famicom, Super Famicom would be useful, because I do own a Super Famicom. And only rarely get a chance to use it, because I don't own that many Famicom games. Okay, let's respawn that. I don't know why, it might just be the tile set, but there's something about this that reminds me of a level I really hated. I can't remember what hack that was from. Which is like long and tedious. Especially getting the dragon coins. But I don't think this level is going to be like that. Given that I already have 4 dragon coins in the midway. And that I don't think there's a second exit. I think it was in Truck Bocal. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was one of Bandicoot's hacks. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, hello. Well, that's fun. You love it when things just explode. Some of the current version you're on, USB activities will cause things to stop until the transfer is complete. Interesting. Oh, hey, I got the drag quad I needed. Interesting. All the dragon coins need the check mark. I need one of you. Said you were interested in the SMW hack. Give me a little Discord DM. Alright, cool. I'll have to look at that in the vaguely near future. Maybe when I've beaten a level, have a second. Level has plenty of power-ups, though. Shouldn't have risked that. So pleasant to just kill the Kicking Koopa. There we go. I think what's like on my hack list. Had a project I really should have started. Like I started a couple years, like I guess it was a couple years ago now. I got some preliminary work done for it and then never got around to actually like finishing it up. Or at least doing the hacking part. There's a secondary part that's going to require a lot of HTML and crap, but I think that if I completed that, it would be a really cool Twitch project. Not sure when I'll ever get around to it, though. Clouds and Lawns. Oh, my voice cracked! Interested in seeing what I do if I decide to continue? Yeah. Well, you know, it's one of those things where, like, I have a bunch of concepts of things I want to do. Like, I have an idea for a QLDC level that I'll probably try to do next year. I ran out of time even for the dummy mode version that I wanted to do, and I also tried to do something I shouldn't have, which was get it to work in mode 7. There was no reason to try and do it in mode 7. Mode whatever, some W defaults do would have been fine for a preliminary version. Basically, I need to ask Donut how he switches between mode 7 and other modes without having problems. Long and short there. Probably should have just done that in the first place, but whatever. Wouldn't be surprised if he has, like, some macro... I thought there was a spring there. He has a macro that does that now or something, given how often he tends to do it. What's up, Drew? How you doing? Mode 7, 3D, SNES Mario. It wouldn't be anything so involved. I would say that my idea for my QLDC level, the dummy mode version is kind of shitposty, and the real mode version I'd have to clear with Amber before doing, like finishing the development of. It's a weird idea. I think it would do well, but it's a weird idea. And there are some implications. So maybe I'll get around to doing that next year. The other project, however, involves SNES, USB to SNES stuff. The actual, like, hacking the game to make it work, not so hard. I think I actually set up the compiler chain and stuff for it earlier. Found a good disassembly of what I was going to work with. Just didn't continue working on it. Got busy. You know, I had to technically... Oh. Well, it's good I didn't throw it away entirely. I do, technically speaking, do programming for a full-time job, so it's not always the thing I want to do when I'm done at the end of the day. Done as a master, consistently doing impressible graphic things, but most of the time it's memes. You know what? I think that's perfectly fine. You know? He makes memorable stuff because graphically it's hilarious. Like, Caden, Where's Your Head At was a really fun hack. Like, that was cute. Oh, Jazz Jackrabbit music. I actually played through this. It wasn't the most recent Christmas. Might have been. Holy cow. Time fucking flies. Theory. Yup. Never ending. I vaguely remember this now. Senior software engineer into management now, and so you hope the fun of programming comes back soon. Hopefully it does. Let's respawn that because I messed that up. It's a different life in the management track. Alright, simple enough. I was really hoping for the P-switch jump. But yeah, the Halloween, Christmas shareware episodes of Jazz Jackrabbit are actually pretty fun. There was some issues with jittering last time, and I think I know what was causing it. So if I did do Jazz Jackrabbit again, I think it would work out okay. Nuts. I panicked. Who said it wasn't fine? It's fine regardless of usage, just probably... yeah. Missed the message there. Yeah, it's one of those things I think we figured out with... It wasn't Gabriel Knight. What was the other DOS game I was playing? Doesn't even matter. There's a fire flower here. What's that game I was playing where it kept happening? Oh, Monkey Island. The third Monkey Island game, which is a DOS game. Or possibly a Windows game that works in a weird way. Found that changing the resolution causes it to sometimes the card to stop syncing properly and start balancing the signal. And the way to fix this is to force a resolution change again. Which is not that hard for me to do, given it just takes an Alt-Tab. So with that in mind now, I'm not as reticent to do such things. Though the Windows 98 machine is definitely better set up for just playing things in Windows 98, rather than worrying about DOS mode stuff. Nah, it was barely by toe hold. I'm really glad I noticed I could do the bounce. Boy, I love ice levels. Okay. Beginning to just look like an ice world. At least that was pretty easy. Who did this one? ECS something, huh? Gabriel, what are you doing in my room? I'm gonna kill you! Starts moving slowly towards Gabriel and strokes him who doesn't do anything against it. How you doing, Airsoft? So imagine multiple corrupted floppies of Jazz Jackrabbits. A lot of the times they just crash and you can't remember how much of the game do the constant crashes. That's unfortunate. Because of all the shareware out there, like, Jazz Jackrabbit was very high tier. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good shareware. I mean, like, Doom. Doom was really good. How about I have to come back? Hooray, I don't have to come back. Yeah, Gabriel Knight games are fun. I really want to play Gabriel Knight 2 at some point on stream. He's much more likable in the second one, I assure you. And his assistant is much less likable in the second one, I assure you. One of those things. The third game? No idea. Never played it. Just know about it from Old Man Murray. Those guys did not care for it. Mainly because of the, you need to create a fake ID by acquiring a mustache. From a character who doesn't have a mustache. Alright. Discord call sound. Yeah, I'm sorry, it happens. You can destroy frozen blocks diagonally, just press up when shooting. Oh, do I have Tentacle Fire? Tentacle Fire! Hooray! That's a game that's been on my list for a long time that I probably should just up and finish. Extra Mario Bro. Though I definitely would need to sit down and, like, map areas. It is not an easy game. You've never heard of it. It's basically a Metroidvania made entirely in the SMB1 engine. And it's really technically impressive. But also rather difficult because you're stuck with the restrictions of SMB1. For instance, you can't go backwards. And so there's things like turning switches that give you alternate routes and having access to Fire Flower or not make a big difference. I managed to make it down to, like, Kraid once or something. Or Norfair. I forget exactly what Metroid area it is. One of the fairly in-depth ones. And then, because I turned on Infinite Lives, I couldn't get back. Wasn't one of my better moments. What's up, Nintendesi? How you doing? Mapped out the whole thing. The very end was so tough. Really want to beat it someday. Oh, you didn't beat it? I thought you had. And yeah, of course, Matt, you mapped it out. It's one of your, like, favorite pastimes. Mapping out any game that will allow you to map it. How's your back, Desi? Hope it's doing better today. What am I looking at here? Oh, these are Mario-only blocks. Ah, I see. Did the any % not special look? Interesting. I wasn't aware there were multiple possibilities there. I assume there was simply beating the game %. Oh, I see. I needed bank shot, I guess. There we go. Success! Today it's much better. Nice! I'm glad to hear it, Desi. Fogo! Fogo! I don't know what Fogo means. I feel like that's gonna come back to bite me. I'm trying to think of any reference that Fogo could mean to me. I'm coming up with like there's an Italian restaurant called Fogo de Ciao, but I don't think that helps me. Alright. Well... There's a retry door. I need to retry. Means fire. Thank you! Oh, man, that is quite the retry. Regret burning my, my extra now. Oh, it just means fire, yeah. It's just one of those things where I don't know Portuguese. So, it does make some of the levels here a bit more difficult than they might have otherwise been. But so far it's been reasonable. It helps that I have, like, vague memories of playing this for the ROM Hack Races Mystery Monday that happened, like, 3 years ago. I do believe I've made it worse. Much worse. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm standing next to a fire flower. Fogo my ego. It's a long friggin' level. Alright, no more retry. Only try. Especially because I still need to get the last dragon coin. Yeah, that's good enough. Speaking of the last dragon coin. Mystery Monday, that was like 3 to 3.5 years ago. Yep. At least it's not a solo auto-scroller. True. I think we were suddenly in a... Oh, we're in a Skytree situation. Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed those. I don't really blame them for stopping because, like, they took time and effort that was just not available. It takes energy to do that kind of thing, but I do miss them. It was nice that there was a venue to show off standard hacks more often. Either way, I need to die here. We can do the midway now. That really, there isn't much of one. Yeah, vetting hacks is also not easy, it's true. There's a lot of crap that comes through standard. I just saw the moon sign. This worries me. Yeah, basically, you need to have like one of the standard moderators come up with reasonable hacks and reasonable goals and things like that. And being one of the standard moderators who hasn't done such a thing, I can understand why. Like, I'm certain if, like, you know, if there was an actual demand, actual and obvious demand, I think it'd probably be reasonable, not reasonable just to go and do it. Just go talk on the moderator servers, get it figured out. You know, oh no. You know, Oko, oh no. I'm making it worse. I'm making it much worse. It worked out in the end. Fogo? Fogo? But there were some really good ones in there, especially with the requirements that weren't necessarily beat the whole game. Like Morton's Empire. We definitely got to see the better part of Morton's Empire without having to deal with one of the worst bosses. Don't want to impugn the people who made that collab hack, but that Fire Flower boss is awful. Just remember it being nightmarishly difficult. Mostly because it's a bomb-throwing boss. Bomb-throwing bosses are not easy to do well. Okay, got Peace Speed. I see a retry door. Well, at least it didn't take me all the way back to the beginning. Cool, that wasn't too bad. My expectation is that somewhere near the end there will be a moon pipe. I'm hoping that there's a moon pipe. Aha! P-switch. Blue door. Oh, well. That was easier than expected. Imagine retry door wiping your save. I'd prefer not to. I just realized after all that nonsense... Oh, never mind. Those aren't destructible blocks. I don't think that's destructible blocks. Yeah. It was a different door, but whatever. It's fine. Locks Factory. Okay. I remember this level. This is where I lost, or came in fourth. There was one jump that, due to the P-Spade locking, I could not make consistently. Oh, that was brilliant. At least we get Smithy music. Factory music. Look, it's Invictus. I've been trained by what's his name, that transparent pipes will actually move you. They don't here. Nope. Man, thwimps on conveyor belts are a really good combination. Good isn't quite the right word, but like, intriguing combination. Results in some interesting movement patterns. Fusia? No, it's, dang, why am I drawing a blank on this dude's name? He's cool. He did the, hack that everyone loved recently, a couple years ago. He did the Three Princesses comic. Why am I blanking on his name? Borgie, thank you! Yes. Borgie Man has trained me that invisible pipes just kind of move you around. They're actual proper pipes and not merely window dressing. It's almost a bit of a trademark for him. I cannot believe I blanked on his name. I wonder what he's been up to. I wonder if he'll be entering KLDCX. So I think he did pretty well last KLDC. Came in like second or third, I think. I think Furpy took first, but I couldn't tell you how other people placed. Right. I remember now. Okay, that's fine. We'll check that after I get the last dragon coins. I have a theoretical soft lock that I see could possibly be happening, and so I want to check that, but only after I'm done with this. Because, like, soft locking myself right now would just be really annoying. He's around, especially in Kez's and Glitch's streams. Oh, nice! It was definitely more of, like, what he's been up to, like, in SMW capacity, because he did that one hack that was so good. The colors one. I don't remember if he's done anything since. Luminescent, there we go. The colors one. Could follow up with chrominescent, I suppose. We call it the NTSC Chronicles. Yeah, that jump. Now that you can actually get P-Speed, it's a lot easier. Okay. So... the colors one, but not colors. It's true, not colors. The one with all the colors that isn't colors. Not to be confused with De Colores, which is completely different. Alright. So... one, it's good there's no soft lock there. Cool. I vaguely remember getting stuck in a situation like this, but it might have been a different hack. Where you get stuck on top of the thwomps. Happens once in a blue moon. I haven't had to check it in a long time. I remember what the boss of this is. I want to say it's like a variation of the Kirby boss. Which is not one of my better custom bosses. I do like that thwomp that just goes. I don't know where he's going, but he knows that he wants to. He wants to go. He's done with this place. It's his last day. He's finally retiring. And my favorite books growing up was actually about a guy who was on his last day of work at the bakery that he worked at for like 40 years, and he's retiring. He decides that he's going to become a hot dog man. Stan, the hot dog man. His retirement idea is to work in a food truck, which used to seem kind of outlandish, but now people seem to do that all the time. I guess the preponderance of food trucks has greatly increased since that book was published, probably in like, I don't know, 1990 flat, maybe 80 something. I was talking with some of my siblings about the children's book, a classic one for most people. The Hungry Caterpillar. Because I've seen how the book is read now, and that's not how I remember it. Because, like, the way that book works is it's a counting book. You know, on the first day, he ate through 1 apple. On the second day, he ate through 2 oranges. On the third day, he ate through 3 pears, etc. But that's not the version I had as a kid. Instead, the version I had as a kid was, one, it was made out of, like, really thick cardboard, so kids could chew it, which was not the case with the more modern version. And 2, instead of being able to eat anything, every time he tried to go and get some food, some asshole critter told him no. Like on the first page, a bullfrog chases him away from a cherry. He's like, no, you're not eating this. This is my cherry. And that happens like 8 times, 10 times in the book. Coincidence? Maybe. How you doing, Meatloaf? Alert! Project Red has been activated. I repeat, Project Red has been activated. Evacuate the area right now. Philly Children's Literature is responsible for food truck proliferation. It's possible. I think this is Kirby? I don't know. With custom bosses, people respread, I'm never sure. Do I have translation? Yes, I just read it. So I've got the translation straight from Google Translate. And Brazilian Portuguese is one of the ones it does pretty decently at. Like, it's better at Romance languages than many other things. Like, Japanese, it's terrible at Japanese, but it does okay at Portuguese. Ah! I got lasered. Can't believe you got the message block, but not Fogo. Yeah. The thing is, the message block is baked into the message system, whereas Fogo is just a background tile, and I don't have a way of like dumping all of the tiles from the screen and trying to guess whether or not they're text. I've considered such a thing, but I considered it for the NES, and I was considering doing it for TM Network Live at Powerball. Like a few years ago, me and my little bro, Hollow Fear, did a stream of this NES adventure game where you get flung back in time to prevent a nuclear holocaust by making your favorite boy band play a concert in a specific place. This is the actual plot. I'm not even kidding. And because the game only is in Japanese, and I actually do own a copy that works on a Famicom. Like, I actually own a Famicom copy of this game. We actually played a legit old copy of it. But, you know, his limited Japanese and my not-so-great Japanese didn't add up to a whole lot there. I think Earthmelon came by and did some translating, too, which was kind of cool. But, yeah, I considered trying to make it so I could dump out the contents of VRAM and use that to translate. Which would have been interesting, but then I later found out that... it's like a year or two later, someone published an actual translation to romhacking.net, which made it superfluous. You're okay, you're struggle busing at the moment because of the heat. 90+ degree days with not AC. Oof. Doing your best. Yeah, that's not fun. 90+. Hopefully the humidity isn't too high. It's the one saving grace when it's that hot, but yeah. Terrible with Hindi and Urdu. Simple sentences are okay, but clauses, the perfect text, tense, or when things obviously become wrong. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if mostly they've focused on Romance languages just because they're easier to work with. I understand they've changed how Google Translate works a few times, which also makes a difference. For instance, Tomato, I think, published a book using machine translation of Link to the Past? No, Final Fantasy IV, and noting that it had changed like right after he'd finished writing a bunch of text about it, which was kind of interesting. Really glad he didn't go for another lasering. You dead? You dead. Fixing the AC with vinegar. Interesting. Hope that works. Alright, so that is, according to my thing, 17 exits. So we're almost done. So here's the question. An absolutely bizarre question. Actually, let me check this world really quick. Do due diligence. Yeah, that's the red check mark. It's really hard to see correctly, but it's definitely there. So there's one level where I don't have the moon, and one level where I don't have a check mark. Oh, this one. I don't have either thing for that level. That level's weird. And then this level. Maybe having beaten everything else, I can get another exit? Nope, this looks the same. BEM-VINDO! Organizers of the event, level designers, and like special thanks, I guess? I see Diagonal Mario in there and SMW Central, so that makes sense. Welcome? Okay. SCE is referring to as a hack you learned to unclog the condensate line. Oh, okay. I could see that. Using it to, like, remove some mineral blockage or something. That counted. You know what the secret was? Pressing start. Baffling. Okay. Alright, so we're missing one dragon coin and one moon. I'm kind of hoping they're together. Somewhere. But who knows? Mineral blockage, use vinegar on the tap in your kitchen sink when it drips slowly. Yeah. Hard water does that. And thankfully it's mostly like limestone, I think. And limestone is very susceptible to all sorts of acids. What if... What if I needed to bring a cape in? I've already beaten the game. Why not? Let's test this out. Use the power of USB SNES, and of course, no, the cape doesn't act. They removed flight in a different way now, which is much more pleasant. Okay, so that doesn't help us at all. Not gonna get rid of the cape though. It's snazzy and stylish. Not one of my smarter moves there. What if it's down here? It's not down there. Did work, but there's a larger problem that cropped up. Essentially a Freon link. Oof. Well, that's not good. Yeah, if the refrigerant leaves the refrigerator, it takes the refrigeration with it. Like, Freon's bad for the environment or whatever the equivalent is, but it's far better than an ammonia leak when you're sleeping. Won't get anything fixed on it until September. Oh, man. My condolences. September's a long time. Long time away. Boy, I need to stop doing that. Also pay attention to what I'm doing and remember where the dragon coins are. Yeah, if I can't find the dragon coin like one more lap, I'm gonna open this up in Lunar Magic and take... I might be able to take a quick look, actually. I might not be able to because they did change the ROM name. That's why actual fans are better. Get a great deal on a giant fan. You know what? It occurs to me there's an easier way of doing this than looking it up. Yeah, there it is. Easier way of doing this than looking it up in this. Okay. I forgot, because this is an old enough hack. I could just use Xandro's site. Maybe. I think it uses a different style of thing. I can roll backwards. Okay, I found the level. Oh, I can't go backwards. This only goes forwards. Oh, that's what that... Wait, seriously? Well, that's a P-switch. And there's a mushroom. Those are things I knew were there. And there's a second pipe somewhere. Interesting. Okay. Well, that explains that. How you doing, Max? So you've been managing a lot better than you did last year? Honestly, the more time you spend in a warm environment, the more likely you are to just acclimate to it. Like, as a wee one, I used to live up in the Midwest, upper Midwest in Michigan. And, like 60-degree weather was shorts weather. Whereas when I lived in Alabama, people would, put on coats until it was past 80 degrees. So, a few years, it changes like the blood or something. I don't actually know. It does help year after year. I've also noticed I've become a complete wuss when it comes to heat since, leaving California a number of years ago. Like, it's only like 80 degrees and it's warm, unpleasantly warm here. Whereas in California, I wouldn't have even, like, glanced the other way. So really quick. Interesting. I missed something. Possibly. '80 is indeed unpleasantly warm, and you wish we were 80 there. Exactly, Garden, PA. Used to have the same sort of summers. Did fine without air. Didn't even bat an eye. Yeah, exactly. It's a very different kind of thing. Okay. So it looks like... Wait, what am I doing? I don't need to die. It looks like, according to my cheating manual here. Oh, thank you for following. Enjoy your fish. There is a secret pipe somewhere in this area. I'm not sure where. But it's according to my cheating guide, which is Xandra's site. Which you can kind of use to find out this sort of thing. It happens to have maps of all the levels and links between them. So I was gonna use... How did I never test this pipe? How? Alright, well, answers that question. This also explains the other P-switch place. Oh, this explains so much. Hey, Wall, what are you doing? Okay, cool. We found the moon, too. Alright, now I have a more different problem. I have to figure out how to get out of here. Which is probably that, now that I think about it. That was not that hard. I can't believe I went all that time without trying that pipe. Of all the pipes to miss. But it was nice that my theory was correct that both of the things were there. In the same room. But yeah, I looked up on Xandra's site and saw that there was a second exit in this level. So, there's a second exit in this specific level. I cannot believe I missed that. Let's find the last couple, and then I guess if we beat the level, we beat the level. I guess we'll probably have to beat the level more or less, because the last Dragon Coin is like right on top of Bowser at the very end of the level. Be a good spot to leave off this hack on, I suppose. I don't need to come up here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, I was not expecting this to take this long. Kind of hoping to get like more things done than just one today. But it is what it is. And I have no notes. This thing is basically, yeah, I didn't find any flaws, so a minute after I stop streaming, I'll probably just go and accept this, or possibly during. No reason not to. I'll get that out of my ear. There we go. Decide what I'll do after. It's like I've got a few things streaming-wise I want to get done before I head out to the eastern area, more eastern area of the United States. Gonna be gone for a couple weeks, so won't be able to do normal streaming things. So I'm not taking my Super Nintendo with me again. That was a pain. But I went and got all my flight stuff organized on Saturday. At least the first few legs, and I'll figure out other things as I go along. Gonna go from Seattle to Dallas, Fort Worth to Birmingham in one day, because like I'm just going to the airport. You can't get direct flights to Birmingham from Seattle. There used to be a direct from Seattle to Huntsville, which would have been cool to take, but I think Boeing did away with that one a while ago. So no dice there. Then subsequently, like a flight from Birmingham to Charlotte, do my next leg, and then go from there, go to Wisconsin. But then after that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. Kind of wanted to go to New York, do some art tour stuff. I do enjoy going to various museums, but the flights from Wisconsin to New York are all at 7 a.m. There's like 2 a day, and they're at 7 a.m. So I presume these are like commuter flights. People go into New York like a day for the day for meetings or something, and then go home. You only have one SNES? Yeah, pretty much. It's not just the SNES, it's all the setup. Need to bring, you know, capture devices that would work with my MacBook and all that jazz. It'd be a pain. Anyone ever tried the Superboy? My friend Snyder actually has a Superboy. And he's used it. It works with the SD to SNES. He played Jump on it for a bit, I think. It's kind of cool. All right, let's do the reset. Make sure that the number of exits matches. That still freaks me out. And 18. All right. All good.